It's January, and Santa Claus has a problem. Christmas may be over, but in 12 months' time, he needs enough toys to deliver to 2 billion children across the world. Forget happy elves in a workshop bulging with different toys for every girl and boy. Real talk here. To make enough presents in time for Christmas, they have to decide on just 3 models and mass produce millions of copies. The days of elven artisans lovingly crafting individual rocking horses is a thing of the past. So for Christmas to be a success, the elves need to make the 3 toys that make the most kids happy. But how do they know what the kids will actually want come December? They do intensive research. They begin a months-long search for upcoming toys and crazes beginning to spread around the world, all to try and predict what will be the toys to have next Christmas. Once they've decided, there's really not a moment to lose. All the elves and elven machines work 24/7 to make enough of the toys in time for Christmas. Come the big day itself, with the toys delivered, there's a very fine line between best present ever and Christmas is ruined. So why can Christmas go so well or so badly? In order to make enough toys for kids at Christmas, the elves have to predict which toys to make at the start of the year. They couldn't wait and see which toys were popular in December and just make those, because they wouldn't have enough time to build them. Okay, you say. This Christmas workshop economics is all very interesting, but isn't this video supposed to be about how flu vaccines are so hard to make? Yes, dear viewer, it has everything to do with how difficult flu vaccines are to make. You see, just as Christmas comes but once a year, every winter is also home to the annual flu season. When it's warm and sunny outside, the virus can only hang in the air for a short period of time before it dries out. But in the winter, flu keeps its cool and lingers in the air, invading people unfortunate enough to share airspace with an infected person. So every winter, boom, the number of people that catch the virus explodes, leading to days off work, hospitalizations, and potentially death in the elderly or the very young. So let's make a vaccine to stop these people getting sick, right? Right, but here's where the Santa's workshop analogy of flu vaccines ruins everything. Just like Santa's elves, to make enough vaccine in 1 year, we can only focus on about 3 to 4 kinds of flu virus. And there are tons of different kinds of flu out there. Not only do they spew out of the noses and the rear ends of all sorts of animals, including chickens, ducks, pigs, horses, whales, human beings, and more, but a single kind of flu virus also constantly changes its shape as it spreads between the members of a single species. Like passing a whispered message along a line of people, the flu virus that goes in at the beginning will have subtly changed by the time it reaches the end. This is good for the virus, because after enough change, our hapless immune system no longer recognizes it, so you can catch the virus and get sick again. So you can see how making a vaccine might be difficult. Not only are there tons of different flu viruses, but we have to try and understand how these individual kinds, or strains, of virus are changing, and which will make people sick next winter. So in order to make enough vaccine to protect people next winter, scientists have to predict which flu viruses to target at the start of the year. Remember how this could go well or badly for Santa's workshop? Whilst this sort of gamble is in no way ideal for designing flu vaccines, it's all we have at the moment, and it's way better than making no vaccine at all. And any gamble is made better by having the best information available when you place it. So how do vaccine scientists play the odds? By sampling virus from sick people across the world, we can see over time which flu strains are infecting people and whether the number of infections for each strain is going up or down. If there was truly only one short flu season each year, this information would be woefully incomplete. But in a cunning twist of meteorology, because the northern and southern hemispheres of Earth have winter at opposite times of year, they also have their flu seasons 6 months apart. By checking which strains are starting to spread ahead of the flu season in the southern hemisphere, scientists can try to predict what will be heading north later in the year, and vice versa. But if you're going to cheat by looking over your friend's shoulder at their test answers, you better make sure that you're taking the same exam paper. Because the northern hemisphere's flu season is over 6 months away, the answers in this metaphorical exam may have changed. Sometimes the flu that hits in one hemisphere is the same guy to ruin everybody's winter in the other. Make a vaccine against that strain, and a lot of people will be protected when it comes to visit. But if the viruses we're forced to gamble on are only the second or third most widespread during the flu season, the vaccine may have no effect on public enemy number 1. Sometimes, just to ruin everything for everybody, completely novel strains of flu can appear and mess up all careful planning. Remember H1N1 swine flu? That guy appeared out of nowhere in April 2009 and started a worldwide outbreak. This virus wasn't even a blip on the flu surveillance radar beforehand. And this is incredibly dangerous because you can't design a vaccine against a flu virus that nobody's ever seen. Or can't you? While our immune system normally recognizes the tips of the shape-shifting spikes on the surface of the virus, a number of scientists around the world are trying to make vaccines that teach our bodies to react to parts of the virus that are less easily changed. If successful, we may be able to produce vaccines that universally recognize most types of flu. And that means your next flu vaccine might be the last one you'll ever need. Kind of like Santa just cutting his losses and giving all the kids an iPad for Christmas. Every kid wants an iPad, Santa. Take a holiday.